to be up for debate. I don't know what's genuinely wrong with that.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with questioning. There's nothing wrong with questioning Arteta, bro. Like in football, he hasn't done anything. It's like it's weird. Even Ruben Amorim, yeah, like they talk about this bread like he's done anything in the game, bro. Like he's a new manager, bro. Do you know what I mean? Yes, he had some success in Portugal. Do you know what I'm saying? But not that much, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? When Jose came here, Jose had
man actually doing Rants, man.
I think Jose had 2 European titles when he came to England. He had the Europa League and the Champions League, I believe. Villas-Boas had the Europa League. Like, these men were more decorated than Amorim. They talk about Amorim like this guy conquered the world somewhere else and he's coming to Man United.
But you know this is the climate we're in, Rants, man. Man love to, and obviously we all love certain players. We all have affinities to managers, but man, forget, in you lot's case, Man United, for us, Arsenal, the Arsenal for us comes first. Obviously, I want the manager and the players and everything to do well. It's like certain men are committed to this player, this manager, this, that, and the third. And that's where the vested agendas come from. Like, that's where the temperature comes from. Like, and for me, with Mikel Arteta, I always say, all these Arteta sexuals, you clearly can't rate him as much as me because I rate the guy. I think he's a very talented manager. I think he's got potential to be a very good manager. I think you've done well for us. The difference with me is if I'm sitting there thinking, rah, I believe this. You've been a manager for Arsenal in the Champions League in 2 years. You've got to a quarters and the semis. You finished second. I actually feel a large part is not necessarily teams are better than us, but you're shooting yourself in the foot. You're telling us you want to win silverware. Why is it too foreign to think, rah, why can't you get over the line? Like, we're closer to doing that than going the other way. You don't rate him, man. Want to sit at the big boy table and not be held to big boy things. And again, for the people that do the agenda thing, the greatest thing is Arteta in our case, and Amorim always says, I want to get United back. I can't expect these men to say different. But Arteta says, we want to win trophies. They're champs, the Prem, the players say the same. So if them man are saying it publicly, God knows what they're saying privately, you lot can't tell me nothing. You clearly don't rate him as much as me. Because I don't think it's unrealistic to ask, why are you not like eradicating the issues? Why are you not getting over the line? We all know if you scumbag a couple more FA Cups and League Cups and things, well, a League Cup, the temperature might be a bit more toned down. But this is where we're at. If you rate, man, it's going to happen. I always say the same thing. If Saka don't get double figures, fair enough, he's got a hamstring, or he don't score goals, we're going to ask questions. Like Liverpool fans, they're saying Salah started the season slowly. You're only going to place expectations on someone you rate, no?
That's just me, this is my point, and this is why, like, a lot of the Arsenal fans, the reason why I've put pressure on them is because I'm saying to you, yo, if your club are who you believe they are, then you have to hold them to a certain standard. You have to. The reason why I'm so quick to be like, yo, get managers out my football club is because I still hold my football club to the standard of we should be winning games every single week. And I'm not going to stop holding my club to that standard because that is who we are, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? And if you're not holding your team, to the same standard, then you don't actually believe. Because you can see by a man's actions, because you have to think first, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But there's always a thought before an action. So talk is cheap. You can say that you think your team are going to win the league. You've got the best defense in Europe. You got the best winger. You got the best this. So how come when they're not winning games or they're not performing, it's not a problem then?
You know what pisses me off, Rants? Is when man say, like, man, and again, I have no issues with people wanting to be positive. I'm not a fat person in life. Like, do I think we're going to win the league? No, it is only 3 games. I'm not on this, whether I want Arteta gone or not. I'm not on this doom and gloom and just throwing away the kitchen sink and toys out the pram, innit? You have to move on in life. But it's all fun and games saying be positive. These, that, you know, man, that just say things like, where is the evidence? Like, where is the genuine evidence? And for me, I know it's not going to change overnight. But I would give Arteta luxuries. If you see what we've been talking about in the first 35 minutes about expansive football and all of these things, you see if we stumbled into this season in the 3 games we've said, and these were new issues that I'm talking about, I'd say, logically it takes time. But these are not new things, bro. It's rotation, game management, attacking football, the ability to pivot in game. Because one thing I like about the gaffer is you can clearly, like, we're playing Liverpool last Sunday, right? From Monday to Sunday, you're planning, they're going to do this, we're going to do that. All them things, they work. But it's like, you're the best example because you had a boxing match. You could have had all the plans about what you want to do against your opponent. You see, when they throw a spanner in the works, it's not that you can't keep your same game plan, but logically, you and your coach had to sit there and be like, well, Rants, I don't, like, he's done something I haven't planned. So we have to change what we're doing. If you keep doing the same things, you're going to get collapsed. And these are not new issues at Arsenal. That's
you got to think. You got to think on your feet sometimes. But again, it's like he's not doing that. He's not doing that. Like, Like even this top 3 in domestic cup, the reason why I say that's not good enough for Arsenal is because they finished second 3 times in a row, and 2 of those times.
Give me the trophy, though. I've been stuffed, man.
And no, but 2 of those times you finished second, you was at the front of the queue, bruv, and you bottled it. So because of that,
Chase be front of the queue,
after bringing in 8 players, bringing in the striker that was meant to be the difference maker, the only target that makes sense is the league, because winning a Carabao Cup here and finishing 3rd, that's a regression on should have won the league twice. It is.
I do think the players need any trophy though, because we've been starved.
I agree. I always say winning is a habit. Do you know what I'm saying? That's why United always get to finals and we pick up trophies here and there.
Because should be a tangible target, as impossible
because these men know.
To clip Liverpool. Like,
because the funny thing is, most players at our club at the moment, obviously we got some new guys in, but most of them, the guys that man are saying this shit, they've won bare trophies. Do you know what I mean? They've won bare trophies. So, and they played in bare finals. They played in like 8-9 finals, some of them. So because of that, I understand that winning is a habit. However, if you're saying it's okay to finish 3rd this season after finishing 2nd 3 times, and 2 of the times you should have won the league, nah, bro, mentally it's still a step back.
That's a save and face thing. That if that happens, like top 3, heavy on the less on the 1st, 2nd, let's just assume 3rd the domestic trophy. That's save and face. You need to win the Prem, bro. Their dream would be the champs. That's a bit of a madness. The Prem is
you have to be looking at winning the league now, bro. You don't bring in 8 players, bring in. I believe Gyökeres scored the most goals in Europe last season as a striker. Like, you don't bring that in and then say, yeah, cool, we'll take 3rd in the trophy. You don't do that.
You need to that, bro. You need to. That is saving face. If we get into a scenario where Liverpool are about to win the league, we can't win it, and you can finish top 3 and get a silverware, it is what it is. That can't be the ambition. Whether it happens or not, you have to, because of the dynamics of the Premier League. Like you said, with everything with Arsenal being 2nd, everyone can comprehend that. But if you're talking about winning a league, obviously Liverpool won it with less points, and they've actually lost it with more points. I genuinely think in August, man have to be sat there 90 to 100 points. Whether you think Arsenal can get that and do the ha-ha thing, that is the dynamics, bro. You have to be there. Premier League, 90 odd points. Champions League, get out of the league phase. Quarters, semis, play it by ear and see where you're going. That's a saving face thing. You get top 3 in a trophy. I'm happy for the players. I'm happy for the fans. The question marks are still going to be there. And because of where you're at now, Mikel Arteta, that ain't enough. The only way to shut people up, not that I think they necessarily care, but the only way to shut people up is the Prem or the champs. If you don't, and as much as I don't think Arsenal can do that, if the manager, if any fans, if the players, if that's not the task, and you don't think you can do that, as difficult as it is, then respectfully, you need to fuck off. Because if you don't think we can do that in September, you have to cut, bro. You have to cut. We're going to war. If you're scared, go to church. We say this all the time on the stream rants. But we're gonna say it several times again and again. So it is what it is, bro.
Bro, 100% facts. And this is what it is, bro. So it's gonna be interesting to see like how a lot of the things progress in it. Because in football, there's always subplots. At Man United, we've got the Kobe Mino subplot now. At Arsenal, you got the Ethan subplot because it looks like man have put a 15-year-old youth ahead of him, which is crazy, considering my man just signed a new deal. Do you know what I'm saying? So
already done that.
It's how's Gyökeres gonna adapt to the system, or is the manager gonna adapt the system to him?
No, he's adapted to the system. He's adapted to the system. It's you need to adapt to him, bro. Like, let's be real. Has he shot? Is he fully fit? No, and we could do.
When I say him adapting to the system, obviously he's not gonna give you what Marino or Kai give you in the pockets.
That's why I agree, Rants. I think we knew when we signed Gyökeres, it's a 50-50 thing. You need to adapt. It's a different landscape and whatnot. Arteta needs to adapt to you. From what we see with a striker, cool, you might not be what the others are. But do you press? Yes. Do you drop deep? Yes. Do you occupy the centre half? Yes. Have you shown me that you can pull up to the channels? Yes. You're doing everything that I think that the strikers need. Now I need Mikel Arteta to thingy with you. Cool. You can look at if everybody's fit. Jesus, right. Kai Havertz, Marino, just focusing up front. They can do all the other facets look a bit prettier. None of them can do what Gyökeres can do, or what Gyökeres has displayed he could do, right? Why we bought him to score goals. When have you seen a clear-cut chance for Gyökeres? Even the Leeds goal, which I like, he made it for himself. We really want him. We really expect.
Yeah, he had to make that for himself. That's
and you can't do that for 38 games.
No, you can't. But so this is why when people were saying, "Oh, Isak and that," bro, I don't think any striker, like proper striker, thrives in this Arsenal system. I don't believe it, and that's why someone like a Visa would have made more sense, bro. Someone that can drop in link play that's not naturally like a centre forward, but
both of them.
Or a João Pedro. Like, you need
but
a footballer.
Then even that Rants. When are they, like, I hear that and you're not wrong here, but then at the same time, for doing all of that, I still need you to be in positions where you're going to score goals, because even though Havertz weren't a clinical forward and he done all of that, there was times where there's 3-4 chances where they're clear-cut chances, and there you'd be like, raw, is that this one, that one throughout the course of last season, they might have bagged. But when I deep it, whether I rate Havertz or not, or whoever the hell is up front, bro, if you're only getting, if you're lucky, 1 or 2 chances a game, you're not going to always bag. Football's a numbers game. You create more chances, 100%. You're more likely
the players
to
score. That score the most goals tend to miss the most big chances. Mo Salah, the Erlings, like, it's a volume thing anyway, bro. The difference is,
but where's the volume?
A lot of these players that are scoring, their team's creating so many chances,
Exactly.
You don't realize how many they're missing. You realize more when there's scarcity, bro. When there's no chances, that's when you realize.
There's a drought. There's 100%. A drought. And I'm sorry, but it shouldn't be a problem when you've got Odegaard, Eze, Wanyeri. Obviously, he's 15, so I don't really want to involve him. But Dahlman, Saka, Gyökeres, these guys are, even Zubamendi. And actually, whether I think Rice is at 8 or not, you're playing him further forward and he's scoring more goals. There's tools there, bro. There's tools there. Use them or use them differently. And if you can't do that, P45. But that's not going to happen. So we're here.
No, facts. But when man are saying people think it's one or the other, you can have a footballer that still bags goals. What you need to understand is, football is all about percentages. The ball is outside of the box way more than it is inside of the box. So if you're outside of the box, linking up and playing football, you can't also be inside of the box to score the goals. It's impossible. So because of that, it's one of them ones where if you want a player that's going to do the beautiful link play and all these other things, he can't get on the end of his own crosses. Like, he can't, innit? He just actually can't. So there has to be either one player that goes short and one player that goes long, which is why I prefer 2 up front always. Because you got one ball player and you got one killer. Do you know what I'm saying? You can't expect man to be a ball player and a killer at the same time, especially in these kind of systems, bro. Because man say, look at Harry Kane. Harry Kane is an anomaly.
Yeah.
He's the only one in the game.
And then you factor in, we're typically playing, well, Arteta, clearly you need to learn how to break down low blocks. But I would say not just Arsenal, most of the top teams or historical top teams, you're playing stubborn units. Naturally, as you said, football is also about common sense. If you know a team's got more individual quality than you, you're not trying to go gunshot for gunshot. You're going to double down on what you can be even with, which is off the ball. So when you've got that, it's not making sense, bro. And even going to Eze now, when you actually deep it, you might not think it because of all the talk around the Zubamendi, around the Gyökeres, maybe even a Madueke. But you know, Eze's actually, he cost the most money, innit? So if I'm the Cronkies, forget tactics and all of that stuff. I'm looking at Arteta and saying, right, like whether he's the 10, whether he's the 8, whether he's left wing, whether he's fucking left back, you need to get him in the team, bro. You need to get him in the team, especially when man that playing his roles are not necessarily performing, because now it's about, in Martinelli's case, you're probably playing a bit of favourites and you're over leveraging the fact of going backwards because he's not offering nothing there. I don't really want to make it about Odegaard because the man was injured, but Odegaard's form, something's going to happen. And even with the Merino thing, I think people are disingenuous. I understand 3 DMs. I did not want to see that midfield. I've seen it against Liverpool now. I've seen it against Bournemouth. I've seen it, I'm sure, Newcastle away last year, and it's stinky. But when man say 3 DMs, I hear it. Merino's is not a DM for us, and he wasn't playing like that. And I only mention that to mention this. We all know if Kai Havertz was fit, he probably would have gone with Gyökeres. But if I assume he's going to start Gyökeres and Merino would have dropped out for Kai, you're still sticking to the same script, which to a degree worked, but it didn't provide what we needed, which was obviously 3 points. Unfortunately, football is quite mundane, as you know. Like I said with you lot, when we beat you lot, obviously away from the banner, I might not really care about the performance, bro. We got the 3 points against Liverpool. Obviously, the performance was probably even. We never got the result, but that's why you always have to look at what's in front of you. You want the 3 points, but you need to look at how things are being played. And I think with my team, even though I'm more than happy to talk about that, we're actually at that stage. It is about the results. It is about the 3 points. It don't matter who was better at Anfield and all of this stuff. You need the points.
In the short term, it doesn't matter. But in the long term,
exactly,
the performances and the mentality,
you can't run away from
substitutions. These will tell you later on down the line, when there's more on the line, the decisions your manager's going to make.
Exactly.
It's the start of the season. Like there's always obviously going to be pressure. There's always pressure. But if you're making these decisions now, ultimately these are the same decisions that cost you to bottle the league against Aston Villa. Do you know what I'm saying? And so on and so forth. Like Havertz in midfield, bro. Like I can't wrap my head around that. As a non-Arsenal fan and someone that wanted you to lose that game, when I saw that lineup, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Do you know what I'm saying? And when I see stuff like that, it's like watching the Liverpool game and seeing that you've got Eze there. Do you know what I'm saying? And on top of that, it's a new signing. He's had a pre-season. The brother bagged in the game before, blood. He bagged against Chelsea. So he's confident. He's coming back to the club. He's buzzing to play. Just start him.
I glow in the chat. I don't think you're listening because I said the performance does matter. Like I think it's going over your head.
Just start him, bro.
Just
do you know what
do
I mean?
something different. Like that.
You know what's mad? There's
different.
very intangibles in football, bro. You know them ones. If you start Eze, you might just thunderbolt out of nowhere just because man's gassed adrenaline and man does something crazy. You know
and I'm not saying Liverpool are scared of us or scared of Eze, but you play Eze, you're gonna think, right, you give this guy a yard of space, he's gonna make something happen, kind of thing. And that's what annoys me about Mikel Arteta, is because as much as I think everything I've said has been fair to him and valid, there's also the other side of he will keep doing this. But the one time he doesn't, like the one thing that annoys me is we're calling for him to change and do different things. He won't do it now. The one time we don't want you to change shit is now where you change shit. And it goes left. And one game that always stays out with me, it's many years ago, but I like the idea, but it was the wrong personnel. We was calling for him to change things. I think we played Brighton at home. He had, at the time, Lokonga was in the 6, and you had Smith Rowe and Odegaard rotating 8s. I like the ethos around that, but at the time, it was the wrong thing. That is the annoying thing about the gaffer. He will do those kind of things when you don't need to. And when we need it, you're not doing it. You know what you need to do, gaffer, bro.
But this is what it is, man. Ultimately, man. So it's gonna be, I don't know, bruv. It's gonna be an interesting season, isn't it? I still think that. I think the season is gonna be. I know that they've said that there's never been like a 3-horse race or whatever, but I genuinely think I think every team in this league actually has frailties now, which is gonna make it very interesting. Liverpool have shown a lot of frailties. Obviously, they've been winning games, which is great because that's what you want to be doing. Do you know what I'm saying? Even when there's been a few frailties there, they didn't end up getting Gurhi as well from Crystal Palace. So defensively, they're short. You know what I'm saying? They're always going to score goals because of the players that they have. Like, even when I broke it down, I think as a team, they've probably got more players that can just do something out of nothing when it's not going well. And bro, Real Madrid they built their whole thing on just having better players than the other team. Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
A Sobo free kick, you saw that he can do that. Do you know what I'm saying? You seen they got Isak now, that like he can score goals. Gakpo can do something. Salah can do something. Ekitike can do something. Do you know what I'm saying? So
even a Curtis Jones, he done well against us. He's not a bad player at all.
Yeah, these guys can just do something. Do you know what I mean? So that's going to be interesting. Chelsea, we still don't really know what they are because obviously when I watch them, I forgot Wirtz, but he's been so shit. But he might be able to do something
against us. I must say, man.
He's not even playing well for Germany at the moment. I can't lie. It might be a confidence thing.
In the German press, they killed him.
Yeah, it might be a confidence thing. Who knows, innit? Maybe he's just not settled. He's just not settled well to the move. Shit happens. It happens. But he's not playing well at the moment, innit? You look at Chelsea in the Club World Cup, they looked really good at times. So we know they're capable of looking good, but in the league, they haven't looked good. So, you know what I'm saying? But they've got players, so they're going to be there. They're going to be there, thereabouts. So, yeah, I mean,
I don't want to be that guy, Rants, but like, and I think I say this every year, but it feels like everything's open. Like, the title, well, I think Liverpool are a class above everyone right now, but the title is still open. Race for top 4, race for top 6, race for top 10. I'm actually happy to see a proper relegation fight for once. Like, not this where like 2 teams are down 10 games in. Everything's up for debate. Like, it does feel like it's going to be an exciting season. I know as football fans, we say that every year, but it feels like that. And like you said there, everybody's got fragilities. Like, some might have to rework what they're doing in attack. Some might have to defend. Some might be crying about midfield. It might be all the manager. It might not be the manager. It's going to be an exciting season with bare ups and downs, man. It's just annoying about the international break 3 games in.
Yeah, horrible. That's what I'm saying. So it's kind of weird because no one's been able to kind of get a rhythm, blood, because there's another international break in October. Again, I think there's another 4 games, then there's another break, which is kind of jarring.
October and November.
Yeah, so it's kind of jarring, bro. But I think this league, man, are saying that a lot of people are saying Liverpool are going to walk the league this year. I don't think so. I really don't think so. The same way Isak, man, are forgetting Isak ain't kicked ball for 3 months. He's not just going to put on a Liverpool shirt, you know what I'm saying, and bag a hat-trick, and then bag a hat-trick, and bag a hat-trick. He's not going to do it. He ain't had a pre-season.
That's the scary thing. It's not that they don't need Isak to deliver right away. It's like he can.
No, but you're right. They don't need him.
He's really in with the guys they got. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. They don't really need him right now. They can afford to play him, into fitness. The thing is, because of everything that's happened, there's a lot of